Therefore the Lord said, inasmuch as these people draw near to their mouths and honor me with their lips, but have removed their hearts far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the commandments of men. This is a very powerful verse, and it's what really drew me to speak to you about this new series that we're coming out with called Check Yourself Before You Wreck Yourself. And in this series, we're going to kind of talk about a few different things that we can do to work with the internal struggle that we have, to match the external struggle that we have, connect them, and glorify God with it. The first part of this process is called identification. You see, we don't know that there's a problem if we haven't identified it. On the other hand, we might think it's a problem and not identify it as not being a problem, which is what a lot of us tend to do sometimes. You see, this is probably the easiest part of the process, because half of us complain that our coffee's too cold and our tea's too hot. But guess what? Identification is probably the biggest step, because we need to know what to use and how to use it. The next step is putting a Jesus filter on it, or also deciding how to handle the problem. I like to put a Jesus filter on it because that's the only way that we can handle the problem. In this process, the second step is also very important, because if we don't work out these different problems and use it and deal with it, then that just adds on more and more stress and more anxiety, and nobody needs that. And finally, the third step is action. Action is probably the hardest step for us, because half the time we don't take action. We like to identify problems, we like to complain about the problems, and then we don't like to do anything about it. Come with me on this journey and you won't ever forget it.